Hello and welcome to Gym Ratz. This is the podcast where we're just going to be talking about fitness, about ourselves, about supplements. Today I'm joined with Alex.
Hi.
So Alex, what have you been like? How did you start fitness?
I've always been a sporty kid. Was playing lots of rugby sort of thing when I was a kid. Then when I turned 16, got a gym membership. Obviously that's the age. I gymmed quite a bit, but not sticking to anything religiously. Didn't really exactly know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I'd say doing GCSE P and then A-level P helped me out with knowledge-based stuff. And then from that I sort of worked it out, looked a lot on YouTube. So this last year I've been gymming more seriously during lockdown. Lucky to have a home gym.
Yeah.
So I sort of sorted the program out, as you like.
Nice.
So yeah, basically.
Cool.
What about you?
Well, I never used to, when I was younger, I never used to be sporty.
Yeah.
Then when I was 16, I started a bit dabbling here and there. I played rugby and that when I was younger, so I stayed fit.
Yeah.
But really picked up the gym these last 2 years.
Yeah.
Transformed my body, not to what I want at the moment, but
work in progress.
Working in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you know a little bit about us. A big topic at the moment is, well, not a big topic, it's always been a big topic for people, mainly beginners, losing weight and gaining weight.
Yeah.
So, when I was bigger, the first time I tried to lose weight, I was oh, let's just eat healthy, rabbit food.
Yeah.
But then, until a few months go by, I realised all you have to do is be in a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
And you can eat, as long as you're burning more calories than you are intaking.
Yeah. So yeah, with cutting, as you said, obviously you need to be in a calorie deficit. Again, a lot of people think that you just need to cardio,
Yeah.
non-stop running, non-stop rabbit food, like you say. But it's not really the case. I think a lot of people, when they try and lose weight, they try and go at it too hard, too quickly.
Yeah. And
their
the
body
motivation.
their body can't cope with it. So they're fatigued, mentally and physically, it impacts you badly.
Yeah.
And then they don't see ridiculously quick results, because obviously weight loss isn't a fucking sprint, it's a marathon. It's a long process.
Literally.
People give up quickly, like you said, motivation. So yeah, I think with a cut, I think the things that work for me is just go steady at it. I think my biggest thing as well is everyone has a diet, everyone has the foods they enjoy and they don't like. You don't force yourself to eat something because it's not sustainable. So you could be in a deficit of eating just Nutella. Yeah, your insides aren't going to look good, but if you're eating less of that than what you're burning, you're still going to lose weight.
Not healthy though.
Yeah, exactly, obviously. But as in, just edit your own diet. People can still have their sweet treats, people can still have their crisps or whatever.
That's what people don't understand. You can treat yourself in a calorie deficit.
Exactly. I think the other big thing for me as well that helped was just having a cheat day.
Yeah.
I think mentally I can cope quite well throughout the week of eating pretty healthily.
How many calories would you say you have in a cheat day?
On a cheat day?
Yeah.
I reckon I have 5,000 or 6,000 on one day. But that's from having 2,000 for the rest of the week. Obviously, as a 19-year-old lad.
Yeah. That's
2,000 is quite low, and then obviously 5,000 is
5,000 is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cheat day, so you can do it.
Yeah, and I think just because it gets rid of all my cravings. That was a fucking bird.
A bird?
That will actually be dead on the floor, I'm not even joking. That would be proper hurt. That's happened so many times before. Birds fly into the window.
Obviously when we're recording.
Oh my god.
Right, anyway, sorry, back to it. Before the bird interrupted us,
just play them.
Before that bird interrupted us, what were we saying? We were talking about
just enjoying your diet.
Enjoying your diet, like we said, everyone just eats rabbit food, and people don't understand this. It's actually easier than what people think.
Yeah. People overcomplicate it in their heads. They think it's such a hard task.
Yeah.
And everyone has good days, everyone has bad days. But if you're enjoying the food you're eating, you might be a little bit hungry, but you've still enjoyed your food.
The worst part about being on trying to lose weight is the amount of time it takes.
Yeah.
Well, for me anyway, I find it quite easy to lose weight.
Yeah.
Rather
that's because you got really into your cut, didn't you, and you lost a load of weight, and then obviously your stomach obviously shrank, and you got used to eating a lot less food.
Yeah.
So you're the opposite of me.
What, you prefer bulking?
Yeah, I can eat anything and everything. But cutting for me is a lot.
It says it on your cheat day.
Yeah, but like cutting for me is a lot harder. So obviously, like that's like cutting and stuff. You're now going back on a bulk because you want to put a bit of size on for like summer and like look good or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what are your best? What's worked for you during this bulk, and yeah, what can you tell?
Mass gainer.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Mass gainer.
Yeah.
That has been an absolute god. We'll come back to that.
Is that because you struggled to get your calories?
Because when I was like big, I love food.
Yeah.
But when I lost weight, I didn't. I'm not going to say that. When I lost weight, my stomach shrank quite a bit.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to like gain weight again. I'm finding it really hard to consume like actual foods and stuff, like nutritious foods.
Yeah.
Like mass gainer has probably helped me the most.
Yeah.
Like out of everything, because it's.
That's what a lot of people have done.
Mix it with some oats, mix it with banana, mix it with some peanut butter, blend it up.
Full fat milk.
Full fat milk.
Yeah.
Calories.
Yeah. That's
How many? When you make one of those, how much would you say is in like a protein shake? I calculated it the other day. It's like well over 1,000 calories.
Yeah. See, like when I have a protein shake, I will have full fat milk, but I only have like 400 ml, so it's not tons, and then just a scoop or two of my PhD diet whey. And that's like in total like 600 calories, I think, 600 calories. But like you said with that, if you have full fat milk, oats, banana, peanut butter, plus a scoop of that, you're well into the thousands.
Like bulking is so much harder than people think.
Yeah.
Like when they think, oh, bulking, you can just eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can eat what you
Clean
want,
versus
but it's got to be
dirty,
the clean versus, like you just say, clean versus
Yeah.
dirty. So like chicken, fish,
Yeah.
everything like that. Whereas Maggie's, KFC, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, and on a bulk, like I get up so early to start eating, so it gives me like more time to eat. How much, like when you're in a bulk, how much would you say you'd eat a day?
It depends how serious I'm going, whether I'm going down the clean route or the dirty route. Because obviously clean eating's a lot harder. Like filling yourself up on chicken breast compared to like, I don't know, like a mass gainer shake.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder. But like on a bulk, I probably aim between 3,000 and 4,000 calories. As long as I'm gymming every day or most days a week, I'm like stick to my training thing.
How many like grams of protein do you eat a day? Like on a bulk?
Yeah. So I don't actually try and vary my protein between cutting and bulking because I think it should be the same. The thing that I've just heard from other influencers that is good is between 0.8 and 1 gram per pound of body weight.
Right.
So I'm like 190 pounds. So like between 100, like I don't know the math of 0.8 times that, but like up to like 190 grams of protein a day.
Yeah, because I'm probably consuming 180.
Yeah.
Probably that sounds about right. And going back to the mass gainer, that hits that goal every day, and it makes it so much easier.
Exactly.
So much easier.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like bulking and cutting, how? Obviously I know, but for people who don't know, how do you find your maintenance calories, your calories for a bulk and your calories for a cut?
Yeah. So there's like, I only know this from doing A-level, but like there's like a calculator of your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate. So like if you were going to stand still or lay down still for 24 hours, how many calories would your body burn by functioning? So like that's how many you need to basically survive.
Right.
So if you want to go in a deficit, you shouldn't go in a deficit of that because then it's like getting towards like almost dangerous levels. So I think my basal metabolic rate is like around 1,900.
Right.
So I think that's because it takes into your height, your age, and your weight. So obviously it varies for everyone like differently, but it's mainly correct.
Yeah.
So on a bulk, I'd go quite a bit over that. So like I said, into 3,000 or 4,000 calories, and then in a deficit, I'd like have between 2,000 and 2,500.
Right.
And then obviously, if you're just looking to lose a quick bit of weight really quickly, you can drop it below it, but obviously not long term because it's dangerous.
Yeah, because like people advise, like once you found your maintenance calories, if you want to go on a bulk, like not the perfect amount of calories, but the recommended is from 2,200 to 500 more or less.
Yeah, exactly.
So like my maintenance is 2,500.
Yeah.
Then obviously you do 200 to 500 lower for a cut.
Yeah.
And then 200 300 for a bulk, obviously.
Yeah.
So back to like the cutting side of things, what foods would you advise like people to stay away from
when cutting?
I'd
say when cutting, you want to like fill yourself up as much as possible with like non-calorie dense foods. So like if you're eating things like nuts or like avocado, like obviously avocado is very good for you, but it's very high in calorie for what it is.
Right.
So like, again, it sounds like going against what we've said, but like lettuce, for instance, if you had like a load of lettuce, you'd be really full because you filled your stomach up, but it's not got a load of calories in it.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying just eat lettuce, because obviously you haven't said that, but as in you just got to try and stay away from things that in a little amount of food pack on a lot of calories.
Right.
So like the opposite of that, obviously one scoop of mass gainer, it's a small amount of food, but with a lot of calories. So you want like a lot of food with a low amount of calories. So eating things like salads, but like with your chicken, with your tunas, with your salmon, like with your fish and all that sort of stuff.
That's perfect.
That's perfect, because you're going to get
it's like a mix of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly. But also like low calorie stuff. So I'd say just fill yourself up on things that aren't going to pack a load of calories into it.
And like with like the food side of things and like the gym side of things, people, when trying to lose weight, people are like, right, every day, but people don't actually understand how important it is to like have 1 or 2 rest days like a week. Like what could you say to someone that isn't taking a rest day like once or twice a week? What would you say to them?
As a beginner?
As anyone.
Yeah, I'd say when I'm in the gym every day of the week, you don't hit sessions really, like, unless your motivation is just through the roof all the time, sometimes you don't hit really good sessions because you're like, I'll be back tomorrow, it's fine. Whereas having that rest day, no matter like how much you want to go to the gym, don't, because then you're going to be a lot more motivated the next time you step in the gym, because you're like, oh, I haven't been in it for 2 or 3 days, like, go harder at your workout, if you know what I mean. So I think like mentally, that's like how it like betters you.
And it's also like quite scientifically important as well.
And then obviously physically, 48 hours is the like optimum recovery time for your muscles. Like you're going to pick up a lot of injuries if you're a beginner, like trying to do too much. So rest days just benefit like everything.
Right.
Yeah. What about you? What's your?
I don't really know. I think it's just, it's so, because everyone is their own person. Like everyone's body is different. Like you may be able to work out 3 times a day for years. Like people are different, but people that aren't taking rest days, like you said, they're obviously more likely to be injured. And I was reading this the other day, you're more likely to not lose your gains, but like not optimise the amount of gains you have, because obviously when you have a rest day, like when you work out, obviously your muscles tear, and then you need the protein to obviously rebuild them and obviously all the other stuff. But if you're not giving yourself a rest day, like you're just overloading those muscles,
and they're just not going to recover.
They're just not going to recover properly and like form the strongest shield. Is it a shield?
Yeah, just like they tear down and they grow back stronger.
And you're just not going to give yourself time for that. So now we've done the supplements. Like a lot of people don't realise how like obviously influencers, they're paid to like obviously give their information out in fitness, and like what I think with influencers is obviously everyone's different. Like influencers do theirs differently. If they're CrossFit, if they're powerlifters, whatever they do, they obviously give the not wrong information, but each person gives different information about diet, about how to train, about how to rest. What would you say to like beginners, like listening to like the influencers?
I think like, again, like you said, everyone's different and everyone like has their own needs. So like one influencer that I look a lot up to is like Matt Does Fitness. See, he's got a cracking physique, and like he is blessed, and he is part of the less than the 1% that has a physique that looks like that. So I think a lot of beginners, they think, oh, if I train like him and eat like him, I'm going to look like him. And unfortunately, a lot of thing in the fitness industry is like your genetics. So the people that are at the top of the game, like the Matt Does Fitness, the Mike Thurston, like all these people with cracking physiques, they're part of such a small community. And people, again, we're like linking back to like why beginners give up, is because they think that they're doing it right and they're training like them and eating like them, and they're not seeing results like them. So I just think like you've got to take a lot of things with a pinch of salt. I think you've got to try your own things, see what works for you, see what hasn't. Like it's taken me like almost 2 years of being in the gym to work out what works for me and what doesn't, and it's the same for you. But now I know I can live like almost the rest of my life knowing what I can and can't do. Like I take advice from them,
but I don't listen to them. Like that's the same as me. Like I used to listen to loads of people, and like people, what was I saying? Like influencers that like say that keto diets are good are like, it's for them, if that makes sense.
It's a money making process.
Yeah, it's a money making process.
Yeah, because I think like a lot of, not necessarily the influence that I follow, let's say, but some of them, they like promote their own products, promote their own like nutrition plans.
And don't they get people to pay for plans?
Yeah. So like obviously they're making their money from it, and if you're a beginner, you like unfortunately everyone's like easily advised, like you'll easily follow somebody who you think is doing it right. Whereas like for me, for instance, because I don't make money from what I do, if somebody asks me a question, I will reply genuinely.
Yeah.
Whereas they'll be like, oh, I think you should try this.
Yeah.
But it turns out that they're the one behind it.
Yeah.
That's splashing their money on it. Yeah. So like you said, like keto diets, like shake diets, like only drinking 600 calorie shakes a day or something.
So
it's just silly because it's just, yeah, it might lose you the weight, but as soon as you finish your plan, you're going to put all the weight back on because you're not used to having
and you don't know how to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
And like a lot of people, like with beginners, they see all these influencers like Matters Fitness and stuff. But I'm not saying they are.
Yeah.
But like a lot of influencers are on steroids.
Yeah.
And that don't say anything.
Yeah. There's a lot of like fake.
That's one thing I don't like about the industry is that it's so easy to lie to someone.
Yeah.
But do you know that guy on TikTok, the Noel? Forgot his surname, his name's Noel, but he's this massive guy, great advice, I watched quite a lot of him on TikTok, but he comes out like saying he's on SARMs, he's done SARMs, and he's still on SARMs, and that's what I respect from a lot of people, like in the industry, like because it's just going to mislead like beginners and even people that have been going to the gym for a year, 2 years.
Yeah.
Because it's just
leading on from that, like, what is your opinion on taking like anabolic steroids?
I don't, obviously you need your body to fully develop before you should take SARMs, so when do you fully develop? 21, 22? It varies, but if you want to take SARMs or like anything to enhance your body, do a lot of research into it, a lot of research into it. Like I'm not going to take steroids, I don't think I will, but I've done some research on like Rad 140, loads of other stuff, and like it's a good way to jump to your goal, whereas I think beginners or anyone that do SARMs, they take them and think, great, I'm here. Right, what do I do? Whereas if you do it naturally, it's like, cool, I've done it, and you can actually flex being natural. Whereas I mean, you can flex being on SARMs, like you still look good and stuff, but it's not as big of a flex, if that makes sense. What's your opinion on SARMs?
Yeah, I think I can't lie, I haven't actually researched any of it. I just, somebody like Larry Wheels, for instance, he's absolutely huge, but like that's his career path. So like I respect him for it because that's how he makes his money, that's how he makes a living. But for me personally, I genuinely like hand and heart at the moment plan to never do anything.
But I don't disrespect anyone doing SARMs at all.
No, I just think for me, I don't think it'd be worth it.
Why?
I think there are so many negative side effects.
What's the worst one you would not want to get?
Like you get like, I swear you get like, I haven't researched, but you get like really spotty back.
Yeah, you get
like,
gyno.
Yeah, for blokes, like your testicles shrink and like all that sort of stuff. It just I think it just does, I personally don't think I'll do it.
And like if anyone doesn't know what gyno is the build-up when you're on SARMs, build up of tissue like around your nipples.
Yeah.
So obviously it looks like because obviously in SARMs there's estrogen, which is obviously a female hormone or something like that. I don't really know. Leading on from influencers. Pet peeves in the gym. For me, pet peeves, like when I was in the gym today and there was this guy using like the dumbbells and he had like 3-4 sets around him. Obviously, that's fair enough. But it's when they take the mick with it. Because obviously normal rep range or sets are like, what, 4 to 6. This man did like 7. It was silly. So silly. What are your pet peeves in the gym?
I'd say for me just form.
Like
so many people in a gym like ego lift. So like on a resistance machine, they can't wait to pull the thing out and put it as low as they can. But like there's one. I feel bad saying it because like, I don't like dissing people in the gym. But like, there's this one middle-aged bloke who goes to the gym and he's really skinny. But obviously he's a middle-aged bloke, you can understand why he's doing it, because he wants to like, there's like teenagers lifting more than him.
Yeah.
But it's like on a tricep push-down machine, for instance.
What's
this is the one that you just sit down and you just push the arms.
Oh
down,
yeah,
the tricep one. So he'll load the weight up as high as he can go, and he's doing it, but his bum's coming out of the chair because there's so much resistance on that, and his range of motion is just like, so he's just like pulsing it.
Yeah.
So it's like, the reason again, because I've seen him for literally like a year and a half, 2 years, like the reason why he's not growing and getting bigger like how he wants to be is because of that. Whereas if he just accepted, okay, like I'm a skinny lad, whatever, that's calm, I'll take the weight down, sit in there properly and do a proper exercise, he's going to feel it a lot more and grow a lot more, like you said, breakdown of muscle. You're not breaking any muscle by doing that.
Yeah. And that's what people don't understand, if you're new, fair enough, like you want to like try and impress people because you think like people are watching you. At the gym, no one really takes any notice of you.
Yeah.
So it takes a certain person to like ego lift.
Yeah.
I think, unless they're trying to impress a gym crush.
Yeah.
We've got papers. This is the Q&A of the podcast. So I did a survey on my Instagram poll. Got my friends, got anyone that follows me to ask me a question.
Yeah.
I've got 8 questions here that I picked. So the first question is, how long have you been training for?
Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
You go.
Alright, so religiously, like training well for about a year and a bit, I'd probably say like 15 months.
Okay.
But like I said earlier in the intro, like I've been in the gym since 16, like I'm now 19, but for those 2 or 3 years, like not, like I would work out well, I understood the basics of form, but like not like a correct training split, recovery time, like I wasn't optimising everything, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
What about you?
So I started training, not like you said, not religiously. I was trying to lose weight, but like leisurely, is that how you'd say it? I was leisurely losing weight for probably about 3-4 months, and then properly started to get into it. Yeah. Maybe a year and a half ago, so I've been just under 2 years, I think. Yeah, just under 2 years. Yeah. Do you want to ask the second question?
Yeah, so second question on the sheet is, did you find the mental side as tough as the physical?
At the beginning, yeah. Because you know what they say, it takes 66 days to form a habit. Yeah. So it was probably a bit longer than 66 days. Yeah. The mental was definitely a lot, because I was like, why am I doing this? Like, is that actually paying off? Yeah. Like the physical side was fine because I started to enjoy it over time. Yeah. And then also over time the mental side went because I started enjoying it more. Yeah. So yeah, what would you reply to that?
I'd say, like you said, at the beginning, yes, and then the mental, I think, only gets easier. Because I think, like you say, you mentally ask yourself like, oh, is it working or whatever. But then once you know that the gains are coming and like you're making progress, obviously the physical continues because you're like, yes, let's keep going, and then mentally you're like, I feel really good about myself because I'm like doing it. Yeah. So yeah, I'd say, like you said, at the beginning, mental hard, but like now I don't find them, like I enjoy going to the gym, I want to go to the gym, so like it's mentally not challenging, if you know what I mean.
Third question, does keeping fit boost your overall self-esteem?
I think because I think knowing that you look good and like you feel good when you're worked out and stuff. If you just sit on the sofa all day eating McDonald's, like, I'm not saying we never do that, like on the off days or whatever, but I think generally keeping fit, like, you just feel a lot better about yourself. So
definitely. I find it boosts my self-esteem as well, because obviously going from something that didn't look so great to now better, definitely I'm more confident in myself, and say for example if I'm at the beach, I can just take my top off and it is what it is, but then I couldn't. So definitely self-esteem is definitely improved. 100%.
So next question is, what is a calorie deficit?
Right, we both can't answer this. Do you want me to answer this?
Yeah, go on, you go.
So a calorie deficit is you have to burn more calories than you intake. Burn more calories than you intake basically.
It's literally simple.
Right. Fourth question, what motivates you?
Like bettering myself, I guess. Like knowing where I've come from, seeing the progress. To keep going, like obviously everyone's got their goals and their dreams as well, so like to achieve them. But yeah, what about you?
I'd probably say the same, to be honest. I
Yeah.
couldn't give you another answer.
Yeah.
Do you want to go on number 5?
Yeah. Has there ever been a moment where you feel like quitting?
A few times.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I wanted to, like 3 weeks in, I wanted to quit, because obviously you do, but
Yeah.
I didn't. And then it was the lockdown just gone.
Yeah, you felt like you got a bit of a plateau, didn't you, with your
Yeah.
bench, and this week you overcome it. And
Yeah.
obviously.
So I definitely wanted to quit this lockdown. I'm not quit, but kind of give up for
You
a
were
while.
questioning it.
I was questioning why I was doing it, because obviously lockdown, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know about quitting. Like, obviously, I've had days where I'm like, I should be training, but I haven't.
Yeah.
But that's fine. But I don't think I've ever been like, oh fuck this, like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I do enjoy it.
Nice.
I'd say.
Good.
So yeah.
Nice. What's your opinion on fasting? Because there seems to be quite a huge divide in opinions.
Yeah. I'd say fasting just almost creates a calorie deficit. So again, it's better for people that are trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
For me personally, I prefer to eat more on an evening. So I fast between my dinner and my breakfast.
Oh, that's what most people should do.
But I don't actually sometimes have breakfast. So sometimes I'll fast between dinner and my next lunch.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, like sleeping, whatever, that takes time. And then like I said, I prefer eating on an evening, so I'll miss out my breakfast sometimes.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with fasting, but I don't think, like, if you're trying to put on a load of weight and you're trying to gain like muscle,
fasting.
Yeah.
It's basically to help your body reset its clocks and like fully digest the food that you had in the evening.
Yeah.
Because then it just builds on more food, I guess. Number 7.
How do you retain the motivation to keep fit?
The end goal, I think. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a set end goal, but I know I want to look good.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds so vague, but knowing where I've come from to now, I mean, that's a big enough motivation for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Again, that's sort of the same as the question from earlier, like, just like knowing where I've come from, like seeing the gains, seeing like bigger lifts go up, seeing myself look better, just sort of like you said, end goal, progress, just keep going really.
Nice. I mean, we've talked about the last one.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that has been the end of the podcast of Gym Ratz. I hope you enjoyed talking about fitness, everything. I hope you've enjoyed Alex's company. I know I sure have. So I just want to say thank you to Alex.
That's right.
Anything else you want to say?
No, just like thanks for having me on.
Do you want to plug the Instagram?
I mean, if you have got any questions, like ask Ollie on his Instagram or ask me.
I'll link his Instagram, I'll link his YouTube, I'll link everything. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you.